Hello dear friends. So today we are here for class 10th on the subject history. So we are going to see a topic for history. We are going to talk about the rise of nationalism in Europe. There are main concepts over here. We have 6 concepts and few sub-concepts for those. Today we are going to talk about under the third concept, the age of revolution. Under that we are going to talk about the romantic imagination and the national feeling. Okay. When we talk about romantic imagination and the national feeling, what does the word romanticism means? It means a cultural movement, a movement which is related to art, poetry, stories and music. Now these were all created to have a nationalist feeling. Even the culture plays a very important role when we are talking about nationalist feeling. Romantist, the artists who were talking about romanticism and the poets, they criticized the glorification of reason and science. Instead, they were focusing on the emotions and intuition and the mystical feeling. They emphasized on having a shared collective heritage which will be based on the cultural past rather than the science and the reason. So this is where we have a little difference between the other nationalists and the romantic nationalists who gave more emphasis on the cultural movement. Here we have the picture of the German philosopher John Gottfried Herder. Now he claimed that true German culture is to be discovered among the common people. Now who are these common people? They are the Das Volks, that is the common people in the German language. So this was the idea which was given by John Gottfried. When we are talking about romantic imagination, we need to give importance to the folk songs, folk poetry and the folk dances, because that is the true spirit of the nation. That was the idea which was popularized by the romantic artist. Collecting and recording these forms of folk culture was essential to project the nation building. Then only it is possible for us to create a concept of nation. That was the idea of the romantic artist. You have the figure of folk songs and the folklores from India also. You can see from India also. There are some folk dances I have included in my screen. When we are talking about the romantic artists, they emphasized on the vernacular language and collection of the local folklore to recover the ancient national spirit, but also to carry the modern nationalist message to the larger audience, because most of them were illiterate. So through folk songs, folklores, which was there in the vernacular language, their language, it was taken to the people, the common people. This was especially when we are talking about Poland, because Poland was partitioned among the great powers, that is Russia, Prussia and Austria. Even though Poland no longer existed as an independent territory, but the national feelings were kept alive through music and language. We have the example over here of Karol Koronski, who made it the symbol, the nationalist symbol, through his operas, music and the folk dances. Ponorais and Muruska. These were the Ponorais and Muruska. These were the national dances which he popularized through his works. We have the figure here, Polonais and Murunska's figure. You can just see those folk dances which he gave them the nationalist symbol. Even language played a very important role for the nationalist symbol. For this to understand, we have the example in Poland. The Russian occupation was there because of the division, and Russian was forced on the Polish people. But people, they had the armed rebellion 1831, which was crushed, which could not last longer time. And then we have the clergy, the members of clergy, who started using the language as a weapon for the national resistance. Polish was used for the church gatherings and all the religious instruction. Popes, the clergy, they all started using only Polish, not the Russian language, though they were compelled to use Russian. So they used language to oppose the Russian occupation, to fight against the Russian. We as Indians, we remember or we know that even Mahatma Gandhi, he used salt, a common everyday ingredient to fight against the Britishers. He made sure that the roots of the Britishers were shut because of the salt resistance during the civil disobedience movement. As a result of use of Polish language in the churches during the gatherings, the priests and the bishops, they were put in jail. They were sent to Siberia. You can see the map of Siberia by the Russian authorities to create terror among the people as a punishment for refusal to preach in the Russian language. The use of Polish came to be seen as a symbol of struggle against Russian dominance. So they were able to fight against Russia through the use of language. They used language as a tool. So this is how the Romantic artists, they have used the language as a tool to fight against the dominance of the power. This is all what we have for today's class. We will see you in the next class. Till then, thank you and goodbye.